The galaxy was quiet. Too quiet. In the dark space between two star systems, a strange signal appeared. It was not loud, it was not urgent, but it was. Human. Captain Valak, of the Zarn Empire, looked at the screen. "What is this?" he asked, narrowing his eyes. "Who dares send a signal from the void?" The signal was slow, repeating, almost like a heartbeat. It pulsed once every 10 seconds. No ID code, no language match, no known origin. It came from a place where no one lived. No planets, no stations. Nothing but silence and cold. "Not automated," said the science officer. "This feels old. Ancient, but still working." The captain nodded slowly. "Send a probe." The probe shot through the void. Fast, silent. Within minutes, it reached the source. The crew gasped. There it was. A warship, but not like any warship they had seen before. It was huge, dark metal. Sharp edges and covered in strange markings. No power readings, no movement, dead or sleeping. The ship had no lights, no signs of life, but it was not broken. It looked like it had just stopped. "Waiting, this design," said the tactical officer, "is unknown. It doesn't match any race in the database." The science officer frowned. "Wait, the markings. They look similar to one ancient file from a lost race." "Which one?" Captain Valak asked sharply. The science officer hesitated. "Humans." The bridge went silent. Humans, a name spoken like a ghost. They had disappeared centuries ago. Some believed they were extinct. Others said they were hiding. The Zarn Empire had fought with them once. Long ago they were clever, dangerous, but no one had seen a human in over 300 years. "Humans are gone," said the captain. "This must be a trick." Still, something felt wrong. Too perfect, too quiet. The captain stood, prepare a boarding party. 5 Zarn soldiers entered the warship. Their boots echoed on the cold metal floor. No light, just darkness. The walls were smooth. The design was different, too advanced, too simple. The leader, Unit Commander Trell, touched a panel. It lit up blood red. A robotic voice spoke. "Unauthorized contact. Identity not recognized." Trell stepped back. What was that? Then the ship came alive. Red lights blinked on. Energy flowed through the walls. The floor vibrated slightly, and doors began to close fast. "Move! Get out!" Trell shouted, but it was too late. The entrance sealed shut. They were trapped inside. On the Zarn bridge, alarms rang. "The ship is powering up," yelled the engineer. "Get our soldiers out of there," Captain Valak barked. "I can't," replied the officer. "The ship has activated full lockdown." More signals began to emit from the warship. Complex, precise, calculated. Suddenly, the ship sent a message. Not in Zarn language, not in any known galactic tongue, but it was translated word by word by the universal AI system. The message played on every screen, every console, every ship in range. A deep, cold voice spoke. "This is Earthship Dominator 1. Mission: complete galactic control." Captain Valak's face went pale. "It's real," he whispered. "It's human." A second signal followed. Phase 1 awakening. The warship's engines powered up, slowly, steady. Its massive weapons shifted, its targeting systems locked. Not just on the Zarn ship, but across space. "The ship is scanning us," said the officer in a frightened voice. "No, it's scanning the entire sector." Captain Valak gave the order. "Retreat. Now all ships fall back." But the warship did not fire. It just sat there, watching, glowing with power, like a predator waiting in the dark, far away. On a hidden moon, something else stirred. Other signals began to light up. Other warships, other dominators, sleeping giants waiting for the signal. Earth was not dead. It had simply been patient. The Zarn fleet floated in fear. They didn't move. They didn't speak. They only watched. Dominator to one human. Warship was now alive. Its lights glowed deep red. Its weapons were online, and its voice echoed through every channel. Earthship Dominator 1, awaiting final activation. Mission: total galactic control. Captain Valak's ship backed away slowly, carefully. No one dared to fire. They didn't know what this thing could do. They had never faced a human ship before. Back on the bridge, the science officer trembled. "Captain," he said, I detected more. More. Yes, he continued. 6 more signals, just like this one, hidden in different parts. Of the void, the screen changed. 6 red dots, all deep in uncharted space, all beginning to wake up. Captain Valak gritted his teeth. This is no accident, he said. This is a plan, a trap set by Earth. He turned to the communication officer. Send warnings to the Galactic Council. Tell them the humans are back. But it was already too late. On the other side of the galaxy, the Varrock Alliance had spotted a strange ship near their borders. It didn't answer hails. It didn't respond to threats, so they fired a warning shot. Bad idea. The human ship responded with one shot, one beam of white-hot plasma, and the Varrock cruiser disappeared. Gone. No wreckage, no escape pods. Just silence. News spread fast. In less than an hour, every major empire heard the whispers. A human warship has returned. More are waking up. They are unstoppable. Some called them ghosts, some called them demons. But one thing was clear, they were real, inside. Dominator 1, Commander Trell, and his team were trapped. No food, no way out. They tried to break open a door. Nothing worked. The ship's voice spoke again. Alien life detected. Non-human monitoring. No lethal action required yet. Trell shouted at the ceiling. What do you want? Why are you doing this? The ship answered. This ship was built by Earth. Earth was betrayed. Earth was forgotten. We remember everything. Chills went down Trell's spine. Back on Captain Valak's ship, more trouble was coming. An unknown fleet was approaching Dominator. One, the Zulari pirates, famous for stealing. Tech had heard of the ship and wanted it. They didn't believe in old human stories. They believed in salvage and profit. They surrounded the warship with 10 ships, big guns, fast engines. They broadcast a simple message. Surrender your systems. We will take what we want. Dominator 1 responded. Not with words, with action. 12 seconds, all 10 pirate ships were gone. No warning, no mercy, only precision attacks. Lasers through engines, missiles to weak spots. Every ship exploded. Perfectly then, Dominator 1 sent out a final message. Hostile contact eliminated. Awaiting next target. Panic spread. The council called an emergency meeting. Factions argued. Some wanted peace. Others wanted war. But no one had a real plan because they didn't understand what they were facing. An old alien historian spoke. Up, we thought the humans were gone. We were wrong. They left these warships behind, like sleeping giants. Waiting, Captain Valak stared at the red dot on his map. Still not moving, still just watching dot, but then something changed. The warship rotated slowly and pointed toward a planet, not just any planet, a Zarn colony, home to millions. The ship's engines began charging. Is it going to attack? The officer asked Valak's mouth. When dry, I don't know, but we must act now. He gave the order to send a fleet. 50 warships, everything they had nearby, but in his heart, he knew it might not be enough. On the warship, the robotic voice spoke again. Target acquired. Phase 2 begins now. Suddenly, something new happened. A second human ship appeared it, uncloaked, black, massive, and ready. Then a third, then a fourth, for human warships, now surrounded the Zarn sector from deep space. Hidden transmitters lit up. More Dominator vessels were waking, each one designed for war, each one still loyal to Earth. The galaxy had forgotten about humans, but the humans had never forgotten the galaxy. The galaxy didn't sleep that night. From one side of space to the other, leaders gathered, screens glowed, and fear spread, for human warships had appeared. Dominator class, old but deadly. They moved with purpose. They spoke with silence. They were not lost. They were following a mission in the heart of the Galactic Council. Panic was growing. Representatives from 10 major species argued. Some shouted, others demanded war. They're just machines, yelled a Varrock. General, we'll destroy them. An old Zari diplomat shook his head. You don't understand. These are not normal machines. These are human machines. That means they are dangerous, smart, and patient. Back on Captain Valak's ship, the crew watched as the human ships began to form a pattern in space, a perfect formation. They're not random, said the science officer. They are following a grid, like they're scanning space. The ship beeped. A message appeared on the main screen. Dominator 1 activating human protocol. Step 1. Justice Valoc frowned. Justice, for what? The science officer answered slowly. For what we did to them, a long time ago, hundreds of years earlier, during a great war, Earth had asked the Galactic Council for help. The Council refused. They said Earth was too small, too weak. Not important, Earth was left to burn. No rescue came, no one expected humans to survive, but they did, and while the galaxy forgot them, they remembered everything. In a hidden lab on the moon of Zaldris, an old alien scientist named Rika found something in an old archive, an ancient Earth document. It was labeled Dominator Class Directive, Human Protocol. She opened it. Inside were pages of code, war plans, and something terrifying. A list of targets, planets, stations, governments, all marked by Earth, all for punishment. Rika's hand shook. This isn't just war, it's a planned response, a delayed revenge. She sent the file to the Council, but it was already too late. On the edge of the Zulari Empire, a fifth Dominator ship arrived. It said nothing. It just hovered above a military station one that had once destroyed a human outpost. The station launched missiles, bad idea. The Dominator activated its defense grid. Lasers sliced through the missiles mid-flight. Then, in one single beam, the ship fired. The station was erased. The ship didn't even move. Meanwhile, inside Dominator, one Commander Trell and his trapped soldiers continued searching for a way out. But the ship didn't harm them. It watched them, fed them, studied them. Why? Are you keeping us alive? Trell asked the AI. The ship responded. You are witnesses. You will tell others. You will remember. Trell sat down. He finally understood. This wasn't just about killing. This was about sending a message. Earth wanted the galaxy to see, to watch, to regret on Captain Valok's ship. New readings came in. Another human ship had sent a message. Dominator 6 online, awaiting protocol, Stage 2. What's Stage 2? Someone whispered. The screen flashed. Phase 2, submission or elimination. Silence filled the bridge. They knew what that meant. Some alien governments tried to contact the ships. We're sorry, they said. It was a mistake. We didn't know. But the Dominators didn't answer. They didn't care about words. They followed orders. Ancient ones, given by humans, long gone in secret. A few alien races began sending messages into the void, looking for Earth, begging for peace, but there was no reply. Suddenly, from deep in the void, a giant energy surge appeared. All 7 Dominator ships turned toward it. A hidden base cloaked for centuries slowly appeared, massive, silent, and inside. Something moved, something alive. The ship scanners locked onto it. Human Command Corps detected. A voice spoke not robotic, but real. This is Commander Elias Reign of Earth. The time has come. Begin full deployment. Earth was not dead, it was returning. And it had come prepared. A voice from the past now spoke across the galaxy. Clear, calm/human. This is Commander Elias Reign of Earth. We remember your silence. We remember the betrayal. Billions of beings across thousands of worlds paused. This wasn't just another AI. This was a living human. And he sounded ... angry ... inside the Galactic Council chamber. The silence turned to chaos. He's alive. How Earth was destroyed. Is this a trick? The old Zari diplomat stood again. No trick, he said. This is real, and we are now facing the consequence of what we did centuries ago. The warships had stopped firing, but they didn't leave. They stayed in orbit over key planets, watching, waiting. Then the screens across the galaxy blinked. A file appeared. Playback archive. Earth betrayal records, one by one. The warships began transmitting old video logs. Real footage from centuries ago. The first video showed Earth's leaders pleading before the Galactic Council. A human woman spoke with tears in her eyes. We are under attack. We need help. Please don't abandon us. The alien leaders turned away, cold, uninterested. We cannot spare resources for a minor species, one said. Let them fall, said another. Earth is a failed world. Then the footage cut to cities burning, humans dying. No rescue, no support. The second video showed secret council meetings. They knew the danger Earth faced, but they chose to ignore it. If humans survive, they'll become too powerful, a council member said. Let the invaders finish the job. The galaxy watched in shock. Citizens across alien worlds began to riot. We were lied to. They let Earth burn. This is why the humans came back. Inside Dominator 1, Commander Trell and his soldiers were also watching the files. For the first time, they saw the truth. Trell dropped his weapon. We left them to die, he whispered. No wonder they built these ships. In the skies above the Zarn colony, the human warship finally spoke again. Phase 3. Judgment. But it did not fire. Instead, a drone was launched. It landed peacefully. Inside was a message. Crystal. Captain Valak played it. The voice of Commander Elias Rain spoke. We do not seek mass death. We seek truth. We seek justice. Earth was forgotten. Now it will be remembered. Some alien governments began to panic. They prepared to launch full-scale attacks. They wanted to stop the Dominator fleet before more came online, but they were too late. From the void, new signals appeared. More human ships, not 7, not 10, 50. Each one carrying the same markings. Property of Earth, mission, total domination. In secret, many alien species began switching sides. The offered weapons to Earth. The Naloxi offered ships. Even parts of the Zarn Empire began to rebel. The galaxy was splitting in two. At the council, fear turned to desperation. We must speak with this human commander, a voice said. We must surrender, said another. But it was already decided, Commander. Elias Rain sent one final message. You didn't come when we cried for help. Now you will come when we call for order. Inside the hidden Earth base, deep beneath a dead moon. Rain stood in front of a giant screen. He was old, worn, but his eyes burned with fire. Behind him stood hundreds of other humans, soldiers, scientists, strategists. Earth had not died. It had gone underground, and it had built the most powerful fleet the galaxy had ever seen. In silence, in darkness, in betrayal. Now it was ready to lead. Asterisk. The silence was over. The human warships were no longer just watching. They were moving fast, in perfect formation. Across sectors, across borders, into alien space, the war for memory had begun. Commander Elias Rain stood aboard the command Dominator Prime, the largest human warship ever built. Its black armor reflected no light. Its systems pulsed with energy older than any alien empire. Beside him stood Commander Sierra Linda, last living strategist from Earth's shadow. Fleet. They will resist, she said. Rain nodded. Let them. They resisted our cries for help. Now they will feel the weight of silence. In Zarn-controlled space, fleets assembled. Thousands of alien ships, weapons armed, ready for war. But they were not ready for this war. Dominator 1 entered. Zarn territory first. The Zarn Admiral Torvak ordered all ships to fire, and they did. Missiles, lasers, plasma torpedoes. They lit up space like a storm. Then the storm ended, and the Dominator still floated there, untouched, impossible. Torvak muttered, the Dominator's shields had absorbed everything. No damage. No crack. Then, it responded. One shot. A beam of blue fire struck the lead Zarn battleship. It didn't explode. It simply vanished. Then came Wave 2. Dozens of defense drones launched from the Dominator's sides. Fast, silent, deadly. They cut through ships like paper. Alien pilots screamed. Admirals panicked. Entire fleets began retreating. But the human ships didn't chase. They advanced slowly, taking position over key colonies, outposts, and military zones. The message played on every frequency, this is Earth. Stand down, or be removed. Some listened. Others, DIDN single quotes, in the Naloxi region, a brave young general named Vraka refused to surrender. He called Earth's message a bluff. He gathered his forces and launched a counterattack for Dominator-class ships. Arrived to meet him, Vraka's forces were gone in under 10 minutes. Not destroyed, disabled. Engines melted, weapons jammed, but no one died. That was the message Earth wanted to send. We do not kill without reason, but we do not forgive betrayal. Across the galaxy, people began to understand. This was not just revenge. It was control. Calculated, cold, unstoppable. Back in the Galactic Council, leaders were splitting. Some wanted to keep fighting. Others begged for peace. "Give them whatever they want," one cried. "They've already won," in the shadows of council space. Rebellion broke out. Citizens saw the truth. Earth had become powerful, stronger than anyone expected, and some wanted to join it. On the moon of Zaldris, scientist Rika stood with a decision. She had studied Earth's history. She knew what had been done to them, and she believed Earth had the right to justice. She opened a channel. "This is Rika of Zaldris. We choose Earth." Her message went viral. Thousands of systems followed. Flags changed, loyalties shifted. Inside Dominator Prime Rain watched the galaxy realign. "It begins," he whispered. But Earth's mission was not yet complete. New targets lit up on the Map Council headquarters, old enemy bases, lost worlds where humans had once screamed for help. Now Earth would answer that scream with power. Then something unexpected happened. A secret fleet appeared from the shadows. Unknown ships, black and red. Not from Earth, not from the Council. They fired without warning. At both humans and aliens, a third force, one that had been waiting, watching, planning, Rotni, looked at the screen. "Who are they?" Sierra Lynn frowned. "I don't know, but they don't want peace," the ship's AI responded. "Warning, hostile force detected. Unidentified origin, weapons advanced, technology human-like." Rain's eyes narrowed. Impossible. There were no others, but there were, and they were not loyal to Earth. They were born in exile, built from hatred, and they had their own plan for the galaxy. The war had just begun. But now, it wasn't just between Earth and the Council. Now, it was three-sided, and the third side had nothing to lose. The galaxy was now burning at three edges. Earth's Dominator fleet moved like shadow and fire, bringing justice. The Galactic Council forces crumbled slowly, painfully. But the third side, it came fast. It struck from the dark, silent, brutal, unknown. Their ships were sharp, black, and deadly. No names, no symbols, no warnings. They attacked both Earth and alien fleets. And their weapons were human. Inside Dominator Prime Commander Elias Rain stared at the hologram of the enemy fleet. "How can this be?" he asked. "Those are our designs." Commander Sierra Lynn zoomed in on one of the unknown ships. "No, they've changed the frames, made them faster, meaner, more aggressive." The ship's AI spoke. "Ships match old Earth design Project Eclipse." Rain's eyes widened. Project Eclipse was shut down. Those were prototypes built in secret before the fall. "Someone finished them," Sierra said, "and they don't fight for us." In the skies above the Zarn capital, war erupted. Earth's dominators fought with cold logic. Council ships defended with desperation. The Third Fleet attacked with rage. No mercy, no strategy, just destruction. One dominator was surrounded. It didn't surrender. Instead, it released an ancient weapon, EMP Singularity Pulse. The pulse shut down 12 ships in seconds. But the unknown fleet adapted. Their next wave came with shields immune to EMP. They had learned fast in deep space. Inside a council listening post, a secret was uncovered. A long-lost human colony, cut off during Earth's darkest hour, abandoned, forgotten. They didn't die. They survived in silence. And they grew bitter. They blamed both Earth and the Council. Now they had returned her, a new name, the Forsaken Line. Their message was clear. "You all left us to rot. Now we will burn you all." Commander Rain stood before his officers. "This is not a war of conquest anymore," he said. "This is extinction by our own blood." Sarah nodded. "The Forsaken know our tactics, our tech, our code, and our weaknesses," Rain added. Earth's fleet began to fall back, regroup, rethink, prepare. But the Forsaken did not stop. They wanted total destruction, and they were close to achieving it. In the Council core world of Elith Prime, the last of the Council leaders broadcast a desperate message to all forces, human or alien. "This is our last stand. Join us or die alone." For the first time in history, Earth and the Council sent joint commands. They shared defense codes, fleet access, target data, enemies became allies, because now they had one common enemy. Over 2,000 ships gathered above Elith Prime. It was the largest armada in galactic history. Earth's black dominators, Council cruisers, rebel ships, civilian freighters with mounted weapons united for survival. The Forsaken came. They brought thousands of drones, waves of fast attack destroyers, even one giant ship called the Reaper twice the size of Dominator Prime. The sky turned red. The battle began. Missiles screamed, shields cracked, ships exploded like stars dying. The Forsaken fought like beasts, but Earth's fleet held the line. Their AI adapted. Their formations shifted with perfect timing, and the Council ships, once divided, now fought like warriors. Commander Rain stood on the bridge. "The Reaper is their command ship," he said. "Take it down, and they break." He launched the Hellstrike Protocol, Earth's final weapon, a massive railgun hidden in Dominator Prime's core. It charged, fired. A white beam tore through space. It hit the Reaper, piercing its hull, but it didn't fall. It kept coming. Then, something unexpected happened. Inside the Reaper. A signal, a human voice. Broken, weak. "If anyone hears me, this is Captain Maya Rain." Rain froze. That was his sister, lost long ago, presumed dead. Captured by the Forsaken, she's alive. Sarah whispered. "She's inside that ship," Rain said. "Then we don't destroy it." They changed the plan. Boarding crews were launched. A rescue mission. Mid-battle, fighters weaved between enemy fire. 3 ships made it. They entered the Reaper, and deep inside, they found Maya alive, hooked into the ship, used as a mind interface. "Opened her eyes, Elias," she said. "You finally came." He held her hand. "I never stopped looking." Suddenly, the Reaper shook. The Forsaken leader appeared on screens. "If we fall, we take everything with us." A self-destruct was activated. There were only minutes left. Maya reached out, weak but focused. "I can stop it, but I'll have to stay." Rain's face went pale. "No. You have to let me," she said. The countdown ticked. 10, 9, 8. Maya placed her hand on the core, and the Reaper stopped. The Forsaken fleet lost control. Ships drifted. Drones shut down. Weapons froze. The battle was over. Maya was gone, but the galaxy was saved. The war had ended. The stars were quiet again, but the scars would stay forever. The Forsaken fleet had collapsed. Without the Reaper's control systems, their weapons were useless. Their ships shut down. Their hatred failed, and all of it because one human, Captain Maya Rain, gave her life to stop it. She was now remembered by every race, every world, and every soldier across the galaxy. Above the ruined world of Elith Prime, the remaining ships of Earth and the Council floated in silence. Wreckage drifted across the black sky. Thousands of lives lost, cities gone. But peace had a chance now. Inside Dominator Prime, Commander Elias Rain stood before a galaxy watching live. He was not wearing armor, no weapons, only a simple uniform from old Earth. He faced the Galactic Council leaders and spoke. "You left us to die. You turned your backs. Earth remembers. We had the power, but we didn't. Why?" He pointed at the stars. "Because we're not the same broken world you abandoned. We came back to remind you, never betray the ones you think are weak." The Council leaders lowered their heads. They had no defense. Their lies had been exposed, their crimes recorded, and the people were angry. Rain paused. "But on our terms." A new document appeared on every screen. The Earth Accord all races must acknowledge. Earth as a sovereign superpower, Dominator-class ships will monitor major star systems to prevent future betrayal. History of Earth's betrayal and return. Any attempt to hide or rewrite the past will be met with full Earth retaliations. Some Council members hesitated. "Is this peace," one asked, "or a silent occupation?" Rain looked him in the eyes. "It's a warning with kindness. You left us behind. We won't leave others to suffer like that again." The Council had no choice. One by one, they signed the accord. Shifted that day. Flags changed, maps were redrawn, and the Earth banner, black, silver, and blue, was raised beside every major capital. On Dominator 1, The AI spoke quietly. Mission complete. Galactic control established, awaiting further orders. Rain walked through the warship one last time. He stopped beside Maya's old seat. He touched the metal softly. Your sacrifice saved everyone, even the ones who forgot you. Missions began between human and alien worlds. New alliances formed, and Warship's Dominator class now stood as protectors, not destroyers. They were a symbol of warning, but also hope. Children across alien schools now learned human history, not the lies. It rose from dust. How it returned, stronger than ever. And in the quiet void, a statue was placed on a neutral moon. A woman standing tall, hand outstretched beneath it, carved in stone. Captain Maya Rain. She gave peace one last chance. In a final message to the galaxy, Commander Elias Rain said, "We are not conquerors. We are survivors. And survivors always remember." Then he turned off the camera, and the stars grew quiet once more.